Friend of the pod, Robbie
Don't sleep
Grossman.
on that.
This is what I like about this signing for Detroit.
We have
And
breaking
I think
news?
the
We have breaking
Big
news.
news.
Big news. BBD hit the passing button.
New York Mets are deep in talks on a deal to acquire Francisco Lindor from the Cleveland Indians.
Whoa! Dicks out.
Who reported it?
Passing.
Hell yeah.
Wow, it's getting
Wow.
real.
That is big news right there. That is huge news.
I thought you wanted to talk about Robbie Grossman, though.
Our franchise was a joke for a bunch of decades, and we got the richest owner in the sport. Step right up and meet the Mets.
Greet the Mets.
Passing. BBD.
If the Francisco Lindor to the Mets deal is completed as expected, shortstop Andres Jimenez would be part of the package going back to Cleveland.
Whoa.
And that's a prospect.
I assume
He was solid for them
Yeah.
this past year, and he's young.
All right.
Okay.
Here,
That's-
Trev. Just a little bit of this. If you've never heard it, you need to hear it.
The Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are
Middle of the lineup, shortstop. 2 more years or 1 year?
1 year.
Is it kind of
Doesn't
funny
matter.
that the owner of the Mets publicly tweeted out like last week, like, newsflash, we don't have a farm system. And then Cleveland was like, we hear you don't got any
Perfect.
guys. You're kind of perfect for us.
Ideal.
You got a hodgepodge of shortstops. Didn't they just take 2 shortstops? So how many shortstops do they have in their system now? If they do this, didn't Cleveland just take 2 shortstops from the Padres?
Yeah, but I think they're doing like
They
a
become other
shortstops can
players.
play second
Yeah.
base, third
Yeah.
base, or the outfield. Look at Trevor Plouffe.
Yeah.
How many MLB positions you
listen.
play in your career? 5?
What?
Third base, shortstop, right field,
At every
first
position
base.
except for center field, pitcher, catcher.
Versatile.
Versatile.
What are you saying,
even
Trev?
bullpen catcher. But listen, think about this. Lindor, yes, you get him for 1 year, but you got the richest owner in sports. You got the guy you want for free agency. It would not surprise me if by the beginning of the season, he's already had an extension in place.
Yeah, obviously.
There's a chance.
Like 100% before this season is over, he'll be a Met for the next 7 years. And it's an awesome feeling if you're a Mets fan because you're going to get this guy is everything you want in your franchise player. And your owner just made it happen.
It's awesome, man. We said this for Mets fans, and this is kind of what I've been hoping for the Mets. I mean, this is interesting. Again, our Yankees fan, we were just talking Sinatra, so we'll stay away from it. But does this take them out of DJ LeMahieu? Does this bring them more in for DJ LeMahieu? Because it looks like so Rosario has been their shortstop for the past couple years. Jimenez kind of challenged him this year, the 22-year-old who's supposedly part of the trade. He was playing really good baseball, so you wonder if can Rosario slide over. I mean, man, I mean Lindor, dude, he's switch hitter, top of the lineup. Defensively, which has been the Mets' weakness for the past few years, he's a stud there. He's incredible. If Andrelton Simmons didn't exist, we would talk a lot more about Lindor defensively. You gotta love it. I mean, we'll see the trade package, but it's not going to be much because it's 1 year at $20 million or whatever it is. And I mean, this is awesome for the Mets. You got McCann, you got the shortstop, Trevor Mays in the pen. I wouldn't be surprised if they still sign Brad Hand or someone like that for the bullpen. The Mets are here, man.
I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done at all. So marketable. Like he's going to do so well in New York. He's in Cleveland and he's still a huge star.
Awesome.
The Mets are also getting Carlos Carrasco from the Indians in the Lindor.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's huge, man. That's huge.
That's awesome.
DeGrom, Stroman, Carrasco, Peterson, and then hopefully they get Syndergaard back midseason. It's just exciting, man. I mean, being this my first year living in New York City, if we could get this city healthy and we can get the Mets and Yankees both rolling, I mean, yes, man.
Hey, let me make a comparison here that I bet will be made a lot if it hasn't already. This is very similar to Lakers Clippers. And maybe tell me if I'm wrong. Yankees and the Lakers obviously being comparable, Clippers Mets being comparable. Same thing happened with the Clippers. What's the guy's name that owns them now? Steve Ballmer.
Yep.
Comes in, ultra rich dude, comes in, signs a bunch of players, changes the uniform. He's building a new stadium. But guess what? The Lakers are still the talk of the town. Now, yeah, did they win the championship? Do they have LeBron James? Yes, that does a lot for it. But in my mind, I think it's, unless the Mets go out and win a World Series, it's still always going to be Yankees first.
Yeah.
No matter what. Even when the Lakers were not making the playoffs and the Clippers were making the playoffs, still Laker town. Without a doubt. It's going to take a lot for the Mets. And I feel like right now we're talking about the Mets so much and people are thinking, is New York Mets town now? And in my experience with dealing with the Clippers and the Lakers, it's going to take a long time, like maybe multiple championships before New York people think of the Mets first in New York.
They won't.
Yeah.
How you doing over there, Tom?
I always get frustrated because I made my joke about how Cleveland's dumb.
Right.
Now, like, everyone's, like, acting like I'm mad or I'm being salty towards the Mets. And I'm like, what?
Gotcha.
This is awesome
Well,
for the Mets. Like, I didn't have any of those feelings at all. I
tricky.
didn't think Lindor was coming to the Yankees, and that's really...
Can't read tone.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but it's just like all the Mets fans are like, oh, so salty. I'm like, I'm praising you guys.
Yeah.
I'm saying good job. Like, if they get Carrasco, too, that's a hell of a deal. Cashman does need to do something now, like, along with DJ. Otherwise, it's kind of bullshit comparison. But, I mean, Yankees fandom even included. Like, this is a... If they get Carrasco, too, that's a really... like because they always have a hurt pitcher. They have a really good rotation. But he's like a perfect 3-4. I don't even know where he lands.
Yeah, I mean,
He
the
has
guy's got
really good
crazy
year.
potential to have a great year, or his bad year, isn't going to hurt you. Like, he's a guy with good stuff.
Yes.
He's a veteran.
Got a few years of a team-friendly deal attached to him.
Yeah, that wasn't team-friendly for Cleveland.